In what world do arena nachos and hot dogs not send at least one poor gastrointestinous, debilitated soul to the toilet with diarrhea?
For the second time today. What's up, shitheads? It's time for another episode of your favorite Pokemon podcast binge. It's To Kill A Delibird, episode 14. Today, we're taking a look at two more episodes. We're looking at the Punchy Pokemon and Sparks Fly for Magnemite. I'm Kellan, as per usual, one of the hosts, joined again by my co-host, Graham. Graham, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Really excited to be here for our second guest episode. That's right, we got another guest in the house. We like to bring on people who've got an attachment to the episode, some kind of, maybe it's like the odd one they remember from when they were kids, something to comment on. Episode 10 was our first guest appearance. We had Kellan's brother Nolan on. This time we got Nolan's friend Huber. Huber, how you doing?
Oh, golden.
Golden.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I'm silver then.
I'll be crystal, I guess that makes me.
Hell yeah. I couldn't remember what the third one was. Was it platinum?
That's Gen 4. That's 2 generations later.
Oh.
I like how we're starting to establish a pattern here. So we went from our first guest being my brother to my brother's friend. Mm-hmm. What's next? My brother's friend's dog walker? Is that going to be our next guest?
Do you have a dog walker here?
I don't.
God damn it.
We should keep the chain going. My brother's friend's mother-in-law.
Now you need like your brother's friend's brother.
Do you have a brother?
I do.
Okay, well, we'll get him on.
We'll find him then.
Does
Good
he like
luck with
Pokemon?
that.
and then in six guest episodes, we'll finally be able to get Kevin Bacon.
Oh, nice.
That is how that works.
Yep, everyone's connected to Kevin Bacon by 6 degrees. All right. What are we doing today, Graham? I think I said something about it, but what are we doing today?
Well, we got a couple things. We're definitely gonna chat a bit first. I wanna catch up with you guys. I was eating ice cream recently. Y'all like ice cream?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
eating ice cream, thinking about ice cream. Turns out there's a lot of famous people with ice cream specific podcasts. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I did not.
Famous people who have their own ice cream podcast.
Oh, God.
So I got a list of them here. Number 1, Snookies and Cream, the Jersey Shore Reviews Ice Cream Podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
Snookies and Cream.
That's a good one.
Thank you. Got a second one here. Very famous person. Cookie Dough. Dough spelled D''OH. Homer's Audio
Cookie
Ice
Dough.
Cream Journal. Cookie Dough. We got Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian.
That
where
one's a
Arnold
stretch.
Schwarzenegger himself live streams every Sunday ice cream reviews. I wish I could do an Arnie impression. It would be the perfect time.
Get to the chopper.
One of you sounds like Chewbacca. I got a couple more. I got 2 more. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I found that Sweden has the country of Sweden has an official ice cream podcast called Sven and Jerry's. Sven and Jerry's.
I hate that.
And then my favorite one because it's close to this podcast, Brocky Road, a breeder's journey through dairy products. Brocky Road.
Oh, my.
Is he lactose intolerant? Is that what makes it a real journey?
Yeah, it's really painful.
I'm a big fan of Snookies and Cream. That's a good one.
Did I start hot and then slow down?
You
Damn.
started hot. You started too hot. I think Snookies and Cream is one of the best ones we've heard on the whole podcast.
Thank you.
You ended pretty good with the Brock one.
Brocky Road is where it started. I was like, how do I keep this going?
That was a good way to end.
So that's this week's study. I got nothing else.
That's what your entire week has led up to?
Yeah, it's hard work being a fake podcast researcher.
What do you mean fake? These aren't real podcasts? What are you talking about?
No, I should give a disclaimer, right?
No, you shouldn't.
What if
No,
Snooki
absolutely
tries to
not.
sue me? What if Jersey Shore sues to Kill a Delibird?
If people can't tell that these are jokes, there is something seriously wrong with them.
Snooki, if you aren't making a podcast called Snookies and Cream, what is wrong with you?
Do it
We deserve
now.
rights to that podcast as well, royalties. Oh, okay, so something else I want to do before we get started. I meant to ask you about this last week, Graham, but how is the Pokemon Black journey going? Where are you at?
5 badges down.
Very nice.
Something about, I went through this whole thing where, I don't know, the bad guys were in like a meat locker, like it was real cold, an ice locker.
Yep.
They should make hot take, cold take. They should make a Pokemon spin-off game that is completely just the sliding ice block puzzles.
I actually don't mind the
I don't mind them
sliding ice
either,
puzzles.
but that's like controversial, right? Don't people hate them?
I think most people don't like them. I hated them as a kid.
Huber, have you played
Especially.
the Pokemon games much?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what we're talking about? The ice puzzles?
Yeah.
Pro ice puzzle, or do you hate them?
I'm neutral. If they're there, they're there. If they're not,
Like Switzerland, remaining neutral about the touchy topics.
It's a very grounded take. Some people are just weird about them.
fact about the Pokemon games, I still have my original 3, the blue, red, and yellow.
Wow.
And it took me years to do this, but I got all 151. Even Mew. I did it on my yellow, and then my sister-in-law wanted to play Pokemon.
And erased the file.
And erased my file.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like, what the
Press F in the chat.
And then she's just, I wanted to play as Pikachu. I'm like, what the fuck? And then actually after those, I didn't play until Platinum.
That's a good one.
Yeah, how do you bounce back from that? That's just devastating.
I played Platinum a lot.
That's a good one.
Oh,
It's
it was.
way better than Diamond and Pearl.
And then White and Black I played.
I'm playing Black for the first time right now, very casually.
And I recently actually bought my first Switch. So I have Sword. It came with the Switch. I bought it used. I want to find Shield so I can have both, and then I'll play both and collect all the Pokemon.
What about Scarlet and Violet? Those are the new ones. They run like shit, but they're fun.
Sword and Shield have that sheep Pokemon. What's it called?
That is Wooloo.
Wooloo. That shit's fire.
I'm not big into the games anymore. I game on PC more than anything anymore, so I bought the Switch for my kid.
Switch is a great casual machine. Like being able to play portable, like just play a bit here, there, you know, it's good.
And of course, well, I have a Switch and there's Monster Trucks, so the child in me comes out and you gotta get Monster Trucks.
There's a Monster Truck Switch game?
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 of them I have now.
Oh, there's a Hot Wheels Switch game too that's supposed to be not bad.
I have it.
You have it as well?
I do.
Okay, there's a Power Rangers one too that's not bad. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Yeah, I could have bought that for like $5.
What about the
But-
Peppa Pig games? Do you have the Peppa Pig games?
Oh God, no. Oh, God.
Peppa Pig?
Yeah, I think there's multiple Peppa Pig games.
Well, see on
Get
Xbox,
fucked, Kellan. Peppa Pig.
dumb thing on Xbox,
Game of the year.
Game Pass. There's a Peppa Pig game through Game Pass, and my daughter keeps going, "Oh, I want it," and I keep going, "Yeah, we'll download that." No.
All right,
Peppa
let's get
Pig.
into the episodes.
Let's get to reviewing Peppa Pig episodes. What this podcast is all about.
Yeah, we're pivoting. We're pivoting to Peppa Pig now.
Oh Jesus.
All right, let's get into the episodes. Today we're looking at episode 29, the Punchy Pokemon, and episode 30, Sparks Fly for Magnemite. Let's start off with the Punchy Pokemon. So we open up on a scene of a Hitmonchan running down a road as a girl watches. And then the gang comes across this Hitmonchan. Ash, of course, wants to catch the Hitmonchan.
Okay, fun fact. If you watch, this is like the only time Ash ever knows the Pokemon before he uses Dex.
I didn't even catch that.
I didn't
Yeah.
either.
He
Huh.
says, "Oh, it's a Hitmonchan. I'm gonna catch it." And it's like, really? This is
Wait,
the
so
only
we have
time?
a smart Ash moment for once?
This is one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is like the only time Ash actually knows the Pokemon.
Amazing.
That is
Before
amazing.
he uses Dex.
Very rare, very rare.
Yeah, like
So Ash wants to catch this Hitmonchan.
Thinks it's
Pikachu
wild.
is terrified of this thing.
as he should be.
Hitmonchan is just running up and down the road like air sparring. Very rocky, right?
Very.
Like,
I was gonna say it's a Rocky montage. So he wants to catch the thing. Pikachu's terrified. Ash tells Pikachu that if he beats Hitmonchan, he will be the world champion Pokemon. Completely baseless claim. I don't know what the evidence is for this.
Yeah, baseless and just meaningless. Like, what does that even mean?
You forgot though. Like, I'll teach you my special punch, and you
that's
beat
coming up.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering what Ash's punch is.
Oh, we saw it. He gives a boxing lesson to Pikachu.
Yeah.
It's very cute. And then the narrator gives some sass how Brock and Misty have caught new Pokemon in the last couple episodes, but Ash hasn't.
Brock
Well,
and
fuck
Misty
Ash.
have been catching Pokemon, but Ash is a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. We should go through the episodes and like narrate them ourselves.
Well, the narrator's already baseline pretty sassy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we can just like forego all pretense and subtlety.
If I was the narrator, I wouldn't even follow these three. I would go hang out with the Ghost Boys from the Tower of Terror episode.
Mm-hmm. You will not let up on the Ghost
They're
Boys.
the greatest characters
great.
of
They're
any
great.
TV show. No, they're literally just the Three Stooges, but as ghosts.
No, I'm sorry. The greatest characters in any TV show are Joey and Chandler in Friends. Now. They do not have a show without those two. They do not.
Hot takes.
That's probably true.
Like, guys, come on. Like, how good?
Who are the
can-
Joey and Chandler of the Pokemon show? I would say Bulbasaur and Squirtle.
No,
Yeah.
Jesse James.
Jesse and James.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe.
You really do not have a show without those two.
Without Jesse and James?
Without Jesse and James, because all the shenanigans are gone without Jesse and James and Meowth.
They're the comic relief for sure. For sure.
Oh yeah, like, and half the stuff that happens in the show just could not happen without them.
Oh, totally. And they play a big part of this episode. Let's try to get through one fight. I think this episode contains 5 fights and we're stuck on the first one.
So Pikachu goes at Hitmonchan with the boxing gloves. Adorable. Hitmonchan won't even humor him. You got the whole classic, like, holding the person out at arm's reach while they're, like, trying to run at you, arms flailing. Classic stuff.
Yeah, I love when
And then
cartoon arms flail.
And then Pikachu glows with his red aura and goes for the super secret, ultra powerful rocket punch.
This is
and
dope
he
as hell.
smashes Hitmonchan in the face with this rocket punch, and it doesn't do a damn thing.
But it
What do
looks
you
so
mean?
cool for a moment.
looks
He
great.
makes the gloves go flying with lightning, and then he zips behind them.
It shook him, man. Hitmonchan had a good mark.
Barely. That Hitmonchan
It didn't
was
do a
like,
thing.
whatever, bro.
So Hitmonchan's trainer comes by running down the street, tells him to knock Pikachu out. Hitmonchan obeys, knocks Pikachu right the fuck out. Easy peasy.
Fighting smart hurts less than fighting stupid.
Fighting smart hurts less than fighting stupid. What was his accent? It's a weird
That's
accent.
not the accent. It's like
No.
a really cheesy New York accent.
Yeah, like stupid.
Yeah. Hoyts.
Stupid.
He says hoyts.
Fighting hard.
Fighting
fighting
smart,
hard.
hoyts less.
Fighting smart.
I'm walking
Then fighting
here.
stupid. I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Nailed it.
So that girl from before comes out from behind the tree. It's this guy's daughter. She wants him to come home because he's a deadbeat dad who has been training for however long. He says he's not gonna come home until he's the champion of the P1 Grand Prix.
Okay, like, this guy is like the definition of just a deadbeat bum for a father. Like,
Yeah. Very
it does not
trashy
get any worse. And you miss something. Pikachu getting knocked out. I remember watching, just hearing about it the next day in school, and everybody's like freaking out, and I'm like, yeah, fuck Pikachu. I hate that peckerhead. Fuck him.
Okay,
I
this
love
is a
Pikachu.
great story. You
Like,
remember?
everybody is just so pro Pikachu, and I'm like, it's a fucking rodent.
He's so cute though.
The
Oh my
pro
god.
Pikachu agenda.
Like, oh fuck Pikachu. I've
Wait,
always
so
hated
what's your
him.
favorite Gen 1 Pokemon?
Mine?
Yeah.
Scyther.
Oh.
Is that your favorite Pokemon just in general? Or what's your favorite Pokemon?
Man, Scyther, like, say my favorite, it's Scyther, because, well, Scyther's awesome.
Scyther's pretty cool.
They kind of ruined him into Gen 2.
No, Caesar's awesome.
No ways.
Oh, yeah. Caesar's so
What
cool.
about Caesar and
No.
Smash Brothers? Just come straight at you.
What about Cleavor? What about Cleavor?
I don't know what that is. Is that the third version?
It's a split. It's from Legends. Caesar or Scyther has another split evolution in Cleavor. Cleavor's cool.
Yeah. Nothing beats the origin.
They're all three of them are badass.
Scyther's just the boss.
So you were a big fan as a kid of how Pikachu got knocked out.
Huge.
That's
I
kind of
hated
cool.
Pikachu. Hated
That's
Pikachu.
pretty funny, I gotta say.
I love Pikachu, especially in this episode. He's great in this episode.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he is
God.
great. He has a moment later on that's peak Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Peak-
yeah.
Pikachu,
He
Pikachu.
Ah!
Ah.
just pro Pikachu later, yes. But no, I was like, because everybody was just like, oh, giant, massive hard-ons for Pikachu. And I'm like, it's a rat. It's a fucking rat.
Yeah, that is problematic to have a hard on
Like,
in this situation.
And then he's just like, fuck.
So this guy tells the gang to come meet him at his gym where he's training. He runs off. Brock jumps into full White Knight mode, telling the girl, "We'll help you out. We'll do everything
he's
you
simping
can."
so fast.
He's
To the-
simping
and
so
to
fast
the point
and so
where
hard.
you know what? I'm even bad at predicting when he's gonna simp because I just saw like a little kid and he's like already like I'm like I don't know, man. I guess I don't think she's a little kid actually. But
No. I like how he waited until the dad was gone to start flirting. So they go to the gym that this guy told them about. It's an actual like weightlifting gym.
with a gas station attached.
Yeah.
It's this beautiful small town gym / gas station called the Fighting Spirit Gym.
And they learned about the P1 Grand Prix, which is a tournament for fighting type Pokemon. They think if they can defeat this guy's Hitmonchan, he'll come back to his senses and go back home.
So
I know.
not race cars.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, what's the deal with Grand Prix?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
And P1 we learned stands for Pokemon #1 Grand Prix. And so they say right off the bat it's for fighting Pokemon, but then
Yeah.
Misty suggests, well, Primeape's a fighting Pokemon. Primeape's not a fighting Pokemon, is it?
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
he
is.
is. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you
He's a
go.
fighting-
I was like, that's a fighting
Yeah.
Pokemon? I thought it was normal.
Yeah. What does an ape do besides slap you around?
Fair point.
Talking about fighting, Kellan. What do you mean I'm not? I don't seem like the black belt type. Like, what the
I
hell?
don't know. I never pinned you as that.
What the? So what makes the black belt type then?
I don't know. I don't know. The most of the black belts I've seen are from Pokemon. So
Should we give some background here?
yeah.
So, okay, Nolan told me about the episode he did, and I should listen to it. And I'm like, dude, I want to do the fighting. I love the fighting. And so Nolan, he's texting Kellan, and Kellan's like, I'm gonna leave this to Graham. So then I'm like, does he know I have a black belt? So Nolan's like, I don't know. He texted back. And Kellan texts him, he doesn't seem like the type. I'm just like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, what the hell does that mean, Kellan? What do you have a black belt in, Huber?
Karate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, actually, I
Classic.
went in a world tournament in
Whoa.
my specific
Wait,
type
you
of
went
karate.
into the P1 Grand Prix yourself?
I
Do you
I
know how to
placed
do a
fifth.
seismic toss?
I do.
Perfect.
But yeah, no, I went into a world tournament. It was just my specific martial art, but
Yeah.
that's still millions of people across the world.
Mm-hmm.
I placed 5th.
Get out.
No,
How old
seriously,
were you?
I 17.
Very nice. Very nice.
Like I had just gotten my black belt.
We got a celebrity here. Number 5 in the P1 Grand Prix.
So back to what you were saying about you didn't realize
Fighting
Primeape's a
Pokemon,
fighting
yeah.
Pokemon. The weird thing is, after they convince Ash to enter with Primeape, Rock's like, and I have Geodude. Geodude's not a fighting Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's rock ground.
Yeah.
That what?
They're just like, he's got arms. Good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. He's gonna fight in arms.
He just straight up should not be allowed in the tournament, but
He
whatever.
should be in an arm wrestling tournament. All he has is arms.
So Team Rocket wants the championship belt as well, so that they can sell it
And go to an
eat
all-you-can-eat buffet.
at a buffet.
I wrote them talking about food down because I thought it was a beautiful poem. Honey glazed ham, roast leg of lamb, strawberry jam, sirloin steaks, chocolate cakes. And then Jesse hits them.
Snaps all around. Snaps all around.
Yeah,
Beautiful stuff.
thank you.
Yeah, Jesse's dream. She wants a spa and shopping day, and then have her close friends over for dinner, which her close friends seem to all be Speedo men.
Yeah, again, whenever a woman in this show imagines being like rich, they're just surrounded by naked dudes. Naked dudes with fans. Ladies, if you make it, you can succeed. And waiting for you at the end are naked dudes with fans.
So they want to enter the tournament as well. They need a fighting type Pokemon though. They see a guy walking with his Hitmonlee. They're gonna do something about that.
They're gonna steal it.
They kidnap the guy.
They kidnap him, tie him up in a stall in the freaking building.
Yeah.
How the hell is this guy
Does
not
no one find
noticed? Like, does everybody just like, are they glued to the ground in the ring?
That
That's
is
all
a
like,
good point.
I gotta take a pee. Like,
Right,
no,
so
you just
in the
you
same
pee in a
building
bottle.
of the P1 Grand Prix, they tie the owner of the Hitmonlee to a toilet in a public washroom, and nobody finds him. These are diehard fans.
How the frick?
And then they do a trench coat bit, which is great. They stack each other on a trench coat.
Oh yeah.
I'm with you, Huber, though. I'm with you. In what world do arena nachos and hot dogs not send at least one poor gastrointestinous, debilitated soul to the toilet with diarrhea?
Or arena security? Really? Nothing?
Or that.
Nobody?
I was waiting for a chance to say diarrhea. It's been a while since I said diarrhea on air.
There's no cleaning staff to make sure that the bathrooms have towels and stuff. Like, nobody noticed this
Yeah, you're
guy.
right. What is with this organization? Who is running this? They should be accountable.
Like, are you kidding me?
So here, you said something about a theory. What are you theorizing about?
Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan's names.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're named after famous martial artists.
Yeah.
Like, Hitmonlee is named after Bruce Lee, and
Yep.
Hitmonchan is named after Jackie Chan.
Yep.
Which I found hilarious. Hitmonlee makes sense because Bruce Lee was more of a kicker style martial art. They were both the style of Kung Fu, actually, which is more of a kicking style Kung Fu. Where Hitmonchan is a punching Pokemon.
Oh, he's a boxer.
Yeah, his name should be Hitmonlee because he should be named after Muhammad Ali, and Hitmonlee should be named Hitmonchan.
Or they should both be Hitmonlee, but one is Lee and one is Li.
Just make it uber confusing.
Well, it'd be Hitmonlee and Hitmonlee.
Hitmon Ali.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Hitmon Manny Pacquiao. Hitmon Floyd Mayweather.
Like, anytime I look at Hitmonchan, I just think of Mike Tyson.
Yeah, totally.
Hitmon Tyson.
Totally. Well, it's also because in the 90s, like, before the Evander Holyfield incident, like, he was the boxer. Like
Well,
Street
yeah.
Fighter, Balrog, like, he's just supposed to be Mike Tyson as well. And then Mike
He was
Tyson's
in
Punch Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, in the 90s, Mike Tyson was, like, the boxing god. Like, he was... Muhammad was, like, an afterthought when Mike Tyson was in his prime. Like, in the 90s. Like, when all this was
It
made.
definitely had that cartoon relevance. Yeah, for sure.
So Anthony, the guy from before.
Yeah,
is
we
the number
learned
one
that the
fighter.
New York boxing coach is named Anthony. So Tony.
Yeah. We go through the we get the introductions at the Grand Prix. They note to Anthony as being the number one fighter. Shouldn't that already make him the champion of the Grand Prix? Shouldn't he be going home?
This
then?
episode makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
It sounds like he already won, or at least he's
Oh,
a
God.
favorite to win.
Oh, gosh.
The arena has the worst security on planet Earth.
That Rena has like the worst staff ever.
Ash can recognize a Pokemon.
It's the most unrealistic episode
episode.
It is. Yeah, it's funny.
So the matches start. Ash gets his first match, Primeape versus
Wait, hold up. Before this, I have to note, when they're introducing Brock and Ash, we cut to Misty and Rebecca, who's the daughter, in the stands. Misty's holding Pikachu. Above Misty and Pikachu, there is a baby in the stands that has the same eyes and cheeks as Pikachu.
I would have never noticed that.
Did you not notice that? It was right in your face.
Do you notice stuff like this, Huber?
Oh, which stuff?
The baby that looks like Pikachu.
Oh, no.
Oh my god. I'll show you it later. It's wild.
God.
In the video version, it'll be up on the screen. But
cool.
Anyway, to the fight.
All right.
Primeape versus Machop.
Primeape versus Machop. Machop goes for a fury of chops.
So what's a Machop? He's this weird little humanoid reptilian man.
Yeah, we've talked about like Jinx and Mr. Mime being just people. Machop and Machoke especially, and Machamp, but Machoke especially, are just dudes. Machoke is just a dude with underwear.
With me, Machop, Machoke, Machamp were like the wrestlers of the Pokemon scene. Because I don't know if you guys know this. Like, you know what we have in North America, the World Wrestling Entertainment and whatever. But the New Japan wrestling is like huge.
Oh, yeah.
Massive. And so that's what these guys are actually all kind of brought in from. They're supposed to be the wrestling side of it.
Oh, I can see that. That's like that Fire Pro Wrestling old game too. Yeah, that Japanese, very theatrical. I mean, it all is theatrical.
Yeah, it but more like the Mexican luchador style.
Yeah, totally.
The flying people. Yeah, but these guys are like nuts.
I've heard pro wrestling period described as anime for rednecks. And I think that's kind of true. It's all staring each other down and these convoluted plot lines and heroes and villains.
So Machop takes Primeape, swings him around in a seismic toss, throwing him out of the ring. Ash dives to catch Primeape, kind of misses, but this act of love of Ash jumping for Primeape touches Primeape's heart, and Primeape finally finds respect in himself.
That's all it takes, eh?
Good.
All it took.
And then Primeape's scratch attack.
Scratch and then mega kick.
But what freaking claws does I have? If you look at his hands, they're just rounded, smooth surfaces. Like, what claw? Scratch attack. I'm gonna rub him.
I'm more concerned if Primeape can actually learn Scratch. I believe he can.
Oh, is that a move?
I believe so. Yes.
Scratch attack?
Yeah.
But I believe he got it as Mankey, and Mankey actually has the marks in his hand to actually show that he has separate fingers, where Primeape's is just a smooth surface. It's it's like Scratch attack, so go rub him off.
Did you just say go rub him off?
I did.
Well, Machop is just a little dude.
He's just coming in.
It's like how some tailless Pokemon can actually learn Tail Whip. You don't have to necessarily have the
they got a snip
amenities.
tail, man. It's just snip tail.
So, yeah, Scratch and Mega Kick take out the Machop. Ash is moving on to the next round. Now it's Hitmonlee versus Geodude. Brock is too distracted by telling Rebecca that everything's okay. He's got it under control.
Okay, you missed a huge, funny possible line here.
Oh, did I?
Ash says to Brock, "Hey, you better be careful," or something like that, about your Geodude's going to turn into gravel, which I find hilarious because the evolution of Geodude is Graveler. And my biggest issue with this fight is, Geodude float. They never ever tell you how high he can float, how he floats,
if he can just fly,
where he can float. So why can't Geodude just float in the air and come down with a giant axe handle, double arm, bang, on top of the head? Hitmonlee's done.
You know, I really thought, Hubert, you were gonna save your rubbing off joke for when they say Geodude is hard as a rock. Because they actually say that.
I know they say that.
Does Geodude have a penis?
I hope not.
Only hard-hitting discussions on this. on this
You
podcast.
see, when they say Geodude is hard as a rock, they're just describing Brock at the moment.
At all moments. He's just
So
constantly.
Hitmonlee goes for the kicks, and Brock forfeits the fight. He knows when to throw it in because Anthony tells him to stop fighting because he has absolutely no chance.
Tony says, "Lose today, win tomorrow." Tomorrow.
Lose today. No, I can't even do it. I
Today,
cannot figure
win
out.
tomorrow.
I can't figure out what the
Tomorrow.
action is. So then we get a montage of victory shots of the rest of the battles.
Of Poliwrath, much
Hell
choke,
yeah.
much champ.
I love Poliwrath.
I find it so funny, Poliwrath, how he comes from a tadpole to a fighting.
To just like
Right.
a buff
Pokemon.
tadpole.
Yeah.
He's not really even a frog. He's just like a buff tadpole.
So now it's Ash has made it through to the final match. Now it's Hitmonlee versus Hitmonchan.
Do they actually tell you who he fought in that match?
There's primates in the screenshots. You could probably figure it out, but you don't know
he
who
beats
he
a
fought.
Machoke.
Yeah.
So that might be it.
It's Machoke or Machamp, but
Yeah.
they don't actually. So in reality, it's so weird this year because if you count the Pokemon, there's how many Pokemon?
Now?
Oh, there is 8 fighting in this tournament. Oh,
Yeah, I think all of the fighting types are in this episode except for Mankey, which evolves into Primate.
Yeah, and there's one other, and I can't remember what it was.
I don't think so.
You're way past my expertise. here.
Yeah, no, all of the Generation 1 fighting type Pokemon appear in this episode, excluding Mankey.
I'll believe you.
So yeah, now it's Hitmonlee versus
the
Hitmonchan.
big fight. Yeah.
Team Rocket versus
The
Anthony.
semi-final.
Meowth has a plan. His plan is
Freaking
to
plan.
inject glue onto the stadium from underneath so that Hitmonchan gets stuck and can't avoid Hitmonlee's kicks. Brilliant.
Okay, let's stop right here at this. Where the fuck, straight up, is any referee?
Well, they already.
This guy, this damn glue come up, and Hitmonchan's not moving.
You established the security is poor. They also don't have refs.
This is underground. This isn't an official tournament.
What the frick? And do you know any glue that appears and you step on and you can't
and
move?
can be
'Cause
syringed through the floor of a boxing ring.
that's all new to me, man. I don't know any. Does he have a heat gun under there? Okay, drive really fast.
Or that Hitmonchan would I know that he's a Pokemon, he doesn't communicate the same way as people, but you'd think he would be able to start yelling or something my feet are freaking glued.
Well, he does that stupid dumb-faced look. I'm stuck. What? How does this work?
Yeah.
And then Hitmonlee just boots him.
Yeah, Hitmonlee goes in for that landing blow, that final blow. But Rebecca jumps in front, doesn't want her father's Pokemon to get hurt. And then so Anthony jumps in front of her and he throws in the towel. He gets shit kicked out of him as well.
Yeah, and he gets kicked, but then he goes, "Are you hoit, Rebecca?
Are you hoit? You hoit."
So he suddenly apologizes to Rebecca. He's like, now that you tried to get your shit kicked in front of my Pokemon, and then I tried to get my shit kicked in front of you, I realized that I was a shitty dad, and everything is healed. All of the trauma, everything I put you through, family has magically healed. Wow, it took 5 minutes.
Misty has this moment where she's talking to Ash. She's like, "Your guys' battling brought them together." Ash and Brock didn't fight Anthony.
Yeah,
What are you talking about? Team Rocket
unrelated.
brought them back together.
And in what world does he just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a terrible father. I will come home now."
This world, apparently.
And what job do I do to pay for everything?
I think he runs a gas station. There's a gas station on the side of Fighting Spirit Gym. I think that's the business.
This is all his plan. Set up the P1 Fighting Grand Prix to drive people into the gas station.
That's it.
afterwards. He's the one. He's supplying the hot dogs.
But you're kind of saying that Team Rocket is really the heroes of this episode, then. If they're the ones that drove this family back together. Yeah.
For the relationship between father and daughter, yes.
I think Team Rocket's usually the heroes.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
In a remake from their perspective.
They are the characters of every episode. Without them, there is no episode. Like, you could literally take Ash, Misty, Brock away from any episode and still have Team Rocket there, and you still have an episode.
There have been a
because
few.
all the shenanigans are them.
I'll give you that's true in like 90% of them, but there's the odd one where they kind of feel like they're doing their own thing, and then the writers were like, oh shit, we forgot about Team Rocket. And then they have Team Rocket like do a really, really stupid gag, like they're just like digging a hole and then they fall in it. And that's
the next episode really isn't very Team Rocket heavy.
You see that, all those episodes that happens, and it's just like, the episode isn't complete without them doing something stupid. They bring
characters. The cartoonification like to a next level. Like they're the Bugs Bunny. They're the Wile E. Coyote kind of element.
No, they're the Longhorn Leghorn.
They're Foghorn Leghorn. What?
just the stupid comments. I say it. Now, son, I say it. Like, just the dumbest thing somebody could come up with.
Well, speaking of Team Rocket, basically what happens next is they've revealed themselves.
Yeah, the gang finally realizes that the trench coat guy is Team Rocket.
Because
when Team Rocket
James's
flat out
head
revealed
is
it.
sticking
through. Oh, don't forget Jesse squishes James right in the middle of their
squeezes his head between her thighs.
Yeah, and he's dying while they're giving the chat. That was pretty funny, actually. Aren't they like siblings?
No.
No.
Oh, they're not. They feel so platonic, though.
They're just. I don't know if you got into that episode yet. There's an episode that really shows where they originated from.
Oh, no, we haven't gotten to that.
And their thing. And you haven't gotten there yet. But it's Jesse James are like that couple that will never admit they're a couple.
I don't see them as romantically interested.
Yeah, it tells.
They
somebody
seem
tries
so
to take
platonic.
James away. Somebody tries to take James away, and Jesse's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Well, as friends do.
That is my man. No touch.
So they try to do the motto, James can't get through it, because Jesse's
squashed.
weight is just completely making him buckle. He can't take it anymore. He collapses. That's this episode's motto moment.
Which is great. Freaking great.
And then it's Primeape versus Hitmonlee in the final match.
The kicking fiend. This is only like the fourth time they've said he's the kicking fiend. Come up with a new saying.
Hitmonlee's blocking kicks. Or no, sorry. I wrote
Primeape is
Primeape. Yeah, I wrote the wrong Pokemon.
Okay, now, literally, if you look at this scene, and even with Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee is standing there on one leg, just kicking. Not just standing there on one leg, and it's like, guys, just do a shoulder roll and punch him in the freaking nuts. Like, seriously.
Well, that's what Primeape goes for. He dodges underneath the Hitmonlee's legs and goes up for the punch, for the uppercut. And then Meowth comes out from under the stadium. There's something shady going on there, but Pikachu sees.
And Ash just, like, ignores.
Meowth has a plan. He put a weapon underneath the stadium. The plan is to have Hitmonlee in the air, flip the switch, and then fucking electrocute Primeape. And that's the fight then.
Yeah, Pikachu sees something's going on, tries to warn Ash. Ash is ignoring him. Aw.
Certified Lassie moment.
Very much so. Ash is like, can't you see I'm busy, Pikachu?
So Pikachu takes things into his own hands, goes into action himself.
I missed my part in this episode. This scene, Ash and the damn hat thing, where he always has to twist his hat. It's like, okay, dude,
because it's cool.
Get a new thing. We get it. We're damn near 30 episodes in of this. I'm doing something epic, so I'm gonna twist my hat because it's cool. No, bad. It's not cool anymore. Now it's just sad. It's just sad.
He loves his hat. Ash loves his hat.
Pikachu's gone into action. Team Rocket flips the switch. Nothing happens. Primeape uses his own seismic toss on Hitmonlee, takes it out.
So,
Ash is the P1 Grand Prix winner.
Toss.
Well, I guess he knew it beforehand. He just hadn't used it.
No, Ash hadn't heard of it.
Well, yeah, but Ash is just
Ash just doesn't know shit.
Probably doesn't know what it looks like. So Ash says it's prime time for Primeape. Fun. And then Anthony asks Ash to let him train Primeape for a while. But before we get an answer from that, we go back to Team Rocket and Pikachu. Pikachu climbs out from under the stadium.
I love this gag.
Just hands the weapon back to Meowth. Meowth's like, oh, thank you. Thank you for that.
Meowth
Pikachu walks off.
Really appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. Pikachu walks off, gives a little wave, and then like, you're welcome. Walks off, and then it blows up. They fry. they blast off. It's great. It's a good moment. It's fun.
Good.
Yeah. Well, because they got blasted off again. They didn't say their line.
Oh no, the episode's ruined.
But
So sad.
okay, anyways, the guy said he's gonna train Primeape and make him a true P1 champ, and it's just like,
He already won.
hey, asshole, he already won.
And you lost.
Sorry. And you lost. So
Yeah, Ash should be treating your Hitmonchan.
Yeah. This is like the least self-aware episode ever.
my only response to when he said that was, what the fuck? Like,
You're right. That was a
I
mistake.
won.
So Ash leaves Primeape with Anthony to train, and we'll never see Primeape again.
Sad.
He's down to 5 Pokemon on his team, with poor Krabby stuck back at Oak's lab, still just writing poetry and drinking tea.
Okay, now,
He's got a life,
Forever and
man.
ever.
Ash, he's always, I want to be the greatest Pokemon master. And it's just like, how? You give all your shit away. How are you gonna master anything? You're a master, all right. The master of being a freaking dumbass.
That's right. He sends Butterfree to the migration, the Great Migration.
Leaves Primeape with Anthony. There's going to be a lot more of these
Hey,
moments.
both of the episodes we've had a guest on feature Ash giving away Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can
And
keep
it's
that
just, how the hell? I'm a greatest master. Hello?
You might want to keep your Pokemon
up.
then.
We like to
Keep your
point out
shit.
a lot how Ash is one of these people who makes completely baseless goals. Like, he's like, I want to be the best when he's not even good.
And if you actually look at his wins, in like even up to here, none of them are really him being outsmarting anybody. They're just pure dumb luck.
Situation.
Oh, yeah, we talked
Like-
about it. We talked about it last time, I think it was, that all but one of his badges so far have been earned from not actually winning the fight.
I think his only badge that he
Surge.
truly, is the only one that he
Yep.
truly.
He actually
Yes.
won. He knocked out the opposing Pokemon and won the fight.
And now, in that match, the only reason he won is because Pikachu stood on his tail. Now, is that Ash telling Pikachu to do that? Or was that Pikachu being, hey, I ain't a dumbass, I'm just gonna stand on my tail?
Well, that may have been Brock's strategy that he hinted at, but we didn't actually hear about in that episode.
But you hear nobody say nothing to Pikachu.
Well, the role of the trainer period is kind of weird in this show because they'll do things
Oh.
too where they're like, Ash, get your head in the game, and suddenly it makes it look like Ash is like being a great trainer, and all he'll be like is Pikachu attack. Like, okay, that really changed things. Thanks, Ash. Big contribution.
Oh yeah, like Ash it's just pure dumb luck.
Well,
So-
anyway, that's the end of that episode.
End of this episode. While you get the forepour ready, I'll dive into literary analysis with Graham. So this episode was really about deadbeat dads, right? It was about dads who
Oh,
ignore the family to pursue goals. So like I thought of this idea of getting obsessed with a goal is classic Moby Dick, right? So the P1 Grand Prix to Tony is like Ahab with the white whale. It's something that he obsesses over, it pursues him.
oh God.
Allusions to Rocky, also very obvious. Okay, how about though just overall like child abandonment, child neglect stories like Cinderella, Harry Potter, or get this one. Did you know that Bambi was a book?
Yes.
Bambi was a book and the mother, I didn't know that, but apparently the mother grows distant and cold and eventually abandons Bambi during mating season. Ooh. Talk about
Imagine that.
a good mother deer.
Are you saying it's mating season for Anthony?
She does
Sure.
what
Well-
deer do.
Well, Huber was talking about rubbing off and ejaculating in the boxing ring, so I can only
Oh, that's-
I can only imagine that that's Tony's ultimate attack.
Well, because of Nolan's episode, I knew Kellan was going to get what I meant.
He uses a lot of PP, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I still love the scene where you just go and jack off, and it just seems like Kellan had no idea what you were talking about.
Oh, the short. Yeah, shout out to that short.
Because you hadn't let me finish my thought.
Oh my God, that was such a great moment. I died right there.
Yeah,
Wow,
a
thank
lot of
you.
moments that make me look like an idiot are just because the others fucking interrupt me when I'm talking. but okay.
This is the first time we've made a reference to another episode of the podcast.
Welcome to a podcast, man. Get your thoughts out loud and fast before somebody else can.
Do you have
is that
the
it for the literary?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that it for the literary hour?
Yep.
All right, let's jump into the four pour. We're gonna draw two random categories from the plastic ping pong picture of objective ratings, rate them on a 1 to 10 scale, and that is the objective rating for how we're gonna rank this episode. Our first category for the Punchy Pokemon is Pokemon variety.
Oh, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all of the fighting Pokemon from Gen 1.
10. I'd give it a 10.
I don't know if I would go full 10.
I would say a 9.
I was gonna think 8. Well, then in that case, Graham says 10, I say 8, you say 9, we go 9. Perfect. We average that out to 9. Beautiful. Second category will be the humor.
God, the humor is just... as a child, the humor is like nothing. But as an adult, actually understanding life and things how stuff works out, the humor is like an 80, man. Because just the guy tied up in the bathroom is a 15 itself because it's so dumb.
That's the part you like the best. Well, I'll say that the Team Rocket chant was really funny, and then the gag with Pikachu giving back the bomb was really funny.
That's pretty good.
And Pikachu just walking away all casual.
Yeah. So
I'd say
I'd go
8.
with an 8, yeah.
Oh, no, it's a 10 for me, guys. As watching it as an adult, the humor is a 10 because there are just things that you don't realize as a child here that as an adult.
Okay, let's just say a 9 overall as
no,
well.
I was good. No, we're doing the decimal math here. So
It's probably an
8 plus
8.6.
8 plus 8 plus 10 divided by 3 is 8.6 repeating. And then add that with...
Well, the other category is a 9.
Was a 9. This episode gets an 8.83 repeating.
There you go. 8.83 repeating. Pretty good score for the Punchy Pokemon.
Very good score for the Punchy Pokemon.
I will say, this is my favorite episode. I will never.
It was a good
forget
one.
This episode.
I liked it.
So would you say this episode's a 10 out of 10?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, guess what, Huber? You're wrong because the 4 pour is objective and cannot be argued with. And it even quantifies your wrongness. You're 1.17 wrong.
It is objectively an 8.83.
Yeah.
Out of
no
10.
one can argue.
No one can argue that.
I'm not saying you're wrong, just not saying you're right. That's all.
All right, let's move on to episode 30, second episode of the day. Sparks fly for Magnemite.
I love this one because as we learn, their journey leads them into this factory town. We learn immediately that this town is called Gringy City.
Yeah, and I like how, they're on this walking path. If you actually watch the episode earlier, where they come into the town, they go out on the same road.
So did they even need to come here?
And so instead of walking back to where they were, they come here, and apparently nothing happened.
Yeah, they did that Grandpa Simpson gif of him walking in the door, hanging up his hat, and then walking right back out the door.
I just like nothing happened.
Not a lot happens in Gringy City. Couldn't you see that in Canada? Gringy City. It's just like a little town.
Yeah, it's called Hamilton. No, I'm not. I am not joking you.
You're right, it is Hamilton. Home of the Tiger Cats.
I know a ton of, I know people that have moved here from not Hamilton, but this is where they grew up and everything, and it is a Gringy city. Or Winnipeg. We'll go with that one.
Yeah, or Winnipeg.
Either one is good. But no, they say Hamilton because of just all
It's got a lot of factories.
Yeah. It's the factory city of Canada.
So we see Ash, Misty, and Brock walk into Hamilton, Ontario, a depressing place where the ocean winds smell like sludge. Ash immediately comments how weird this city is. Lots of factories, no people.
Yeah, they went overboard with their factories. It's completely polluted the air and the water. There's nobody living here anymore.
Quite a desolate place, Hamilton.
And we see Pikachu. Pikachu seems quite sick. Can't control his electricity, shocks Ash while Magnemite watches on.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I thought that it was sort of making it seem like he's sick from the pollution at first. We learn later that's not what's going on, but that's what it felt like, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it felt like. It felt like they were sick from the pollution. And I'm going to address that later.
Looking forward. So since since Pikachu looks a little bit sick, they're looking for a Pokemon Center.
Pause right here. He's carried Pikachu with his gloves on, right?
From episode 1.
Okay, but the Pikachu is against his chest. What the hell are the gloves gonna do? Besides just be like, well, I guess everything's going this way, man. I guess if you have a heart attack, he's set.
Yeah, you got a defibrillator right there.
So yeah, they run to the center while Team Rocket is watching from below the streets with one of those really long, like, periscope thingies.
Yeah, and they're in the sewer, on, like, subs. And Meowth looks like he's inside of a UFO. Mm-hmm. What's with this? He's in, like, a little flying saucer.
And we get the motto already. It was really quick on the motto.
Yeah, they get it out of the way fast.
They can't get through it, though, because the sewer smells way too bad. They get, like, 2 lines in.
Yeah, we find out about it's Meowth's scheme this time. He wants Jesse and James to get into suits and swim through the sewers into the Pokemon Center.
Jesse and James always treat Meowth like he's an idiot.
Yeah.
But if you watch, Meowth's schemes make Jesse and James do so many dumb things.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, who's the dummy here?
Really makes you think.
Yeah.
Well, Meowth's trying to get back at them. Yeah, wants them to go back in the sewer. They don't want to. They're like, it's humiliating, degrading. Meowth just shocks them.
No. Jesse says, I'm sorry if this shocks you. And he goes, me too. And then hits the button and electrocutes them.
Beautiful.
Beautiful stuff. Back in the center, they ring for service. Nurse Joy comes out. She's too tired to do anything.
This is the sleepiest sickness. Nurse Joy ever.
Yeah, she's like, why are you guys here? You should be in bed. As if sickness cares about our sleep schedule.
This is kind of a throwback to the Charmander episode where the Joy there was really obsessed with them getting to bed on time. And we were talking about how it's like they close the emergency rooms in the Pokemon universe. That's kind of problematic.
And if you watch, Brock actually doesn't really simp on this Joy.
He doesn't like sleepy women. One theory. So is he growing, or is this Joy just not as great as the others? Because they kind of imply that this Joy kind of sucks.
I think her laziness to the craft turns him off from it.
Yeah.
From her.
Well, Ash literally asked her, are you the
oddball in your family?
And she just goes, no, they're the odd ones. And all the three of them are just like,
They're like, that's a red flag.
Shit.
When you say the rest of your family's insane, you're probably the crazy one.
Yeah.
So we see a bunch of Grimer emerge from the river, and then power in one of the buildings goes down. The water intake valve is jammed, and power across the city has been knocked out.
Here we go. Here's the great fun fact and a rant. Okay, so the power generator, power plant, blah blah blah, has one intake, one generator, and the city itself has no backup power or power coming from anywhere else.
Not to mention that the entire town looks just like it's nothing but power plants.
Like, weird. This makes zero sense.
I guess maybe the rest of them are other kinds of factories. We just have one central power plant that relies on this one intake.
And one generator
that can get screwed over.
Yeah, the one generator is
Pokemon.
Weird. Yeah.
That and a hospital
doesn't have
Pokemon
a backup.
Center doesn't have a backup.
So the power has knocked out both all across city. The power at the center. It's also knocked out Team Rocket's air pump. So they might suffocate under the water.
Yeah, Meowth goes, the pump stopped working. There's gonna be no air. They won't like that. They're dying.
Hot take, Meow.
Hot take.
Well, okay. Fun fact though.
Fun fact number 5.
When Jesse and James figure out that they're getting no air, they act as if they're drowning, but you wouldn't notice. You would just all of a sudden pass out.
Getting sleepy. getting ragged breath.
Because you would just get the poisoning from just
Carbon
not fresh
dioxide
oxygen.
poisoning.
Thank you. Smart guy.
Booyah!
Like, and they act like they're drowning. It's like, well, you really wouldn't notice this.
I like when you point out how the cartoon isn't realistic.
Well, and the pump continuously takes air, pumps it to them. Where the frick does it go from there?
Yeah, that's true. They'd probably be suffocating anyways.
So Joy doesn't have the motivation to do anything about all these Pokemon in the ICU that are going to die if the power doesn't come back on.
Okay, and these Pokemon are dying.
Yes.
You see them
They're dying.
Okay.
Jenny can't figure out anything either. The gang has tried to take things into their own hands. Jenny can't figure it out. So the gang's going to go off to the power plant. Pikachu followed them to Jenny. They originally left him at the center because he was sick. But Pikachu followed them. I wouldn't trust that Joy either. So good call, Pikachu.
Good call.
Okay, but the kids go to figure out what's going on, not the officer.
Yeah, that's how this whole world works, man.
I know. It's dumb.
Always the kids. The adults are always incompetent. That's how Pokemon works.
I know. it's
So Pikachu shocks Ash out of happiness. I'm thinking sick Pikachu can't control their electricity. I think that's just the theory here. Jesse and James survived. They got out of the sewers in time. And then Meowth sees the gang run past and has this weird dream sequence thing of him in a nurse's outfit, which I looked on Bulbapedia. This is another one of those Japanese puns that's untranslatable.
Did you also notice that Joy's police station has power?
Jenny's?
Or Jenny's, yeah.
Oh, did it? I did
It
not.
has light.
I didn't notice that. Wait, so they have a backup generator? What can I share with the very important ICU?
The police station, but a hospital doesn't.
Typical cops, am I right?
Go eat another donut. No.
Yeah, well, all the people die. No, we don't have a thing against cops here. We make a lot of cop jokes on this podcast, I've noticed.
So back to this Meowth thing. Yeah, he's dressed up in this nurse's outfit in this sequence. This is another one of those untranslatable puns, according to Bulbapedia. The scene where Meowth mentions that they have another chance to capture Pikachu was originally an untranslatable pun involving the word fuku having the meanings of clothes and fortune, and nasu to change into, and nasu, nurse, sounding similar to each other. So that's what that's about.
Does not work in English.
But unlike the other times where they had an untranslatable pun, in those instances, they found a workaround. They found another pun to kind of figure out. This one, they didn't even try.
They don't even try. They just showed me.
Fuck it. We're done.
I thought the panel of him in the nurse outfit, though, with weird little cherubs in the background, I thought it was kind of fun, but
it's
I
funny.
didn't get it. Yeah.
But it didn't make any sense.
Oh, yeah, it's funny.
So they get to the power plant. It's completely empty. No one's around. And then the Magnemite and the Grimer are spooking Misty. Ash calls her a chicken.
Well, no, it's just the Grimer aren't doing anything.
Well, he was making noise up in the vents.
Yeah, but it's all the Magnemite.
But it's mainly the Magnemite, yeah. Magnemite freaks out Pikachu then. Things are dire, but Ash, in this moment of intensity, his first thought is, let's check the decks.
Yeah.
Well, he also calls out at this ominous shadow and says, if you're a ghost or a monster, stay where you are and we won't bother you.
Yeah. So Misty thinks Magnemite is responsible for this blackout because Magnemite, electricity, I don't know. Magnemite is following Pikachu doing circles around it. Ash confuses the words streaker and stalker.
Here's your simp moment. Instead of Brock, it's Magnemite.
Yeah. So Magnemite's this weird little floating magnet thing, and it's falling in love with Pikachu. It's blushing. You're I never thought I would see a magnet blush, but that's cool.
Never saw a piece of metal blush like that?
No, I haven't. Have you?
I can't say. Well, after you shove it in fire for a little bit. But
that's true. Heat it up. Heat it up. Steel's getting hot.
Well, it's simping. It's all heated. It's getting all hot and bothered, man.
That's true. Like a blowtorch.
So the Magnemite goes away. A bunch of Grimer fall from the ceiling. They,
Yeah, what's a Grimer? They're the little sludge Pokemon.
Pile of sludge. That's what Grimer is.
Same thing that attacked the Gloom in that Erica episode. and the gloom made it go away with its smell. But we find here the whole episode's about how Grimers are super stinky, so that didn't make sense.
Yeah, so the gang starts insulting the smell of Grimer, and they're like, and Brock's like, "Don't hurt their pride, don't hurt their pride," and Ash is like, "Oh, you guys have a very unique smell. I should have known it was aroma of Grimer."
Just hollers. They're fucking stinky.
Yeah, Missy doesn't take the hint.
She's so bashful. Yeah,
which causes Big Bad Muk to come in from the back.
And he goes, "Is that Grimer's grandpa?"
Yeah, so Muk is the evolved form of Grimer, and Muk is slightly larger Grimer.
He's just an even bigger pile of sludge.
Just a bigger pile of sludge. Great, Gen 1 originality, folks. Gen 1 originality.
Yeah.
So
they got creative here. We're just gonna make a pile of crap and then just make a bigger pile of crap.
Crapamon. That's what they would have called it in Digimon.
We'll call that one Grimer because it's grimy, and we'll call that one Muk because it's just muckful.
And they hang out in Gringy City.
Muk commands the Grimer to chase the gang. They run around the corner. They run into the plant workers that we saw at the very start of the episode. Brock thinks it's time for introductions. he has lots of time. They're like, wait, who are you? And he's like, oh, well, I'm Brock. This is my friend Ash and Misty, and we're here because, and like, we don't have time for this, Brock.
I also like the part where Ash is like, Misty, why'd you open your mouth and make Grimer mad? And Misty's like, I had to open my mouth because I couldn't use my nose.
I missed one of my notes.
Let's hear it. Fun fact number 6.
This isn't a fun fact. This is just
sad fact.
Another thing. When they're dealing with the Magnemite there, where Brock and Misty see it, and they're freaking out, and they're in front of Ash, and Ash is like, what's going on? And they're like, his absolute stupidity comes out with keeps speaking at them instead of, oh wait, maybe I should look behind me.
Yeah.
Classic. It takes him like 20
cliche.
minutes later. It's like 20 minutes later. Oh wait, there's something behind me? Like, Ash is so damn dumb. Like, he is like, I'm gonna make a reference to another show, is that okay?
Do it. He's like Joey.
I'm making a reference to Family Guy.
Okay.
Peter.
Ash is Chris Griffin.
Does that make Pikachu Stewie? I do think Pikachu's always like up to like evil plans, so.
So the Grimer chased them into the control room. Ash is worried, justifiably so, about the Pokemon, that they're gonna die if the power of the Pokemon Center doesn't come back on. Yeah, there are some real stakes in this episode.
Oh yeah, everyone will die.
The plant workers are trying to explain what's happening, why everything got shut down, but the Grimer are ramming the door. They bust it down, they get in. And then the plant workers are the smart ones in this episode. They mark the obvious. These 3 kids are Pokemon trainers. You have Pokemon. Fight the Pokemon.
Yeah, they really spell it out. That like, okay, the Grimers are clogging the sea intake. If you can defeat the Grimers, you save the city. You have Pokemon. Defeat the Grimers with your Pokemon. Like,
but then Ash is like, but I can't fight. Pikachu is sick. Ash.
Yeah,
you have Bulbasaur, you have Squirtle, you have Charmander, you have Pidgeotto, you have a Krabby back at Oak Slap. You have enough to, you can...
And Brock has Pokemon, and Misty has Pokemon.
Exactly.
Would a Squirtle or Charmander be the answer to these guys?
All of them together could do it, probably.
Aren't they weak against fire and water?
No.
What's poison weak against?
Ground and psychic.
Oh.
Oh no, we have a fucking Onyx here.
Yeah, has Onyx, yeah.
Oh, let's just send a giant rock snake to sit on him.
Why do we never see Onyx? I would
because it's too big.
I'd be riding Onyx around. Why don't they use them for transportation? Like the sandworms from Dune.
Babies used to ride these boulders for miles.
Yeah, funny thing with Brock, you see Geodude all the time, and then he like gives up on Geodude, and then you see Onyx all the time, and then he catches a Zubat, and you see Zubat all the time.
I think Onyx just is like expensive to animate. I think they're like, God, this thing takes a while.
Or he's too big and they just logistically can't figure out how to fit him in the indoor scenes.
I guess so.
Simple. Make him lay on him. Through the whole path, man.
Onyx, use your girth again.
So Pikachu tries a Thunder Shock, melts one of the Grimer, but he's like, this isn't gonna be enough. We can't take all of these on at one time.
Too many.
And then Magnemite comes back. He's brought all of his Magneton friends. Speaking of original Pokemon, Magneton is just 3 Magnemite put together.
It parallels early in the episode when we see Muk, and it is just a bigger bigger Grimer.
Maybe this is just a lazy episode.
Maybe it's just how Gringy City works.
It mutates all the Pokemon
mutates
instead of actually
everything. It's
evolving
the
them.
fish with 3 eyes from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Grimer combined. Oh, we got for Digimon where they what was it? DNA Digivolve? 2 Digimon would go together to make one. So 3 Grimer combined to make a Muk.
There you go. There you go.
So yeah, Magnemite comes in with all these Magneton. Epic music plays on. The Magneton all zap away all of the Grimer. Lets the water rush back in, get the generator flowing. The power in the city comes back on. Magneton has saved the day.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
But Muk is still there. And apparently has a child with him, but we don't
There's
see the
an
child.
adult Muk and a child.
And, yeah.
Okay.
That was a dub edition, I think I read, and I don't think there is actually another Grimer around there, because then Ash goes to catch the Muk after they weaken it, and there's still no Grimer around there, but he catches the Muk.
But you missed an important part. An important part before he goes to catch the Muk.
What?
The fucking hat.
The return of the hat.
You can't miss those moments, man. They're so big.
I like this. So you're pointing out that Ash keeps turning his hat obsessively. This is something we have not been picking up on.
Oh, anytime he would do something cool or important, or it's like, okay, I'm gonna do something smart, so this hat is like my intelligence on.
Well, there is this cliche in shonen anime where the hero characters have like something they say, like a tagline or something they do. So like Naruto is always like, believe it. And I feel like this is Ash's believe it. He just turns his hat.
It's just one of those pet peeves. Like,
it's beautiful. And we love it.
I'm old. I'm cranky.
But yeah, Ash goes for the catch on the Muk. He throws the Pokeball. He catches a Muk. This is like his 9th or 10th Pokemon he's caught, I think. Something like that. Everyone else is...
Well, it keeps giving him the fuck away. So.
Everyone else is appalled by the smell.
It stinks through the ball. That's crazy.
Pikachu seems better, though, after this whole ordeal. He had too much electricity built up. That's what we were told by, I believe, the power plant workers.
Yeah, he was Thundershock blue-balled.
Yeah. But Magnemite has no more interest in Pikachu. He was in love with Pikachu before, but not anymore.
Yeah, now he's repelled.
Probably because Pikachu does not have a surplus of electricity. He's no longer magnetized. The workers explain exactly what happened, and then Brock just repeats it as if he came up with it.
Here's $1 million question.
Okay.
So if Pikachu was magnetized so bad, and he went and had a number 2, would that number 2 be magnetized?
He's electrically constipated.
And then would the Magnemite fall in love with the magnetic poop?
Yeah. And then could you? And if it's magnetized,
and then we cue to this love story with the Magnemite and the turd running off together.
Yeah, you come around the corner seeing this Magnemite just being attached to this turd.
I love it. Hand in hand, off into the sunset. And that's how the episode saved the day.
So Team Rocket emerges with their Gyarados sub again, and a giant magnet to capture Pikachu. That's their plan. They turn it on, but it just attracts all of the Magneton instead of Pikachu, sinking their sub. Team Rocket didn't do a damn thing in this episode.
No, they didn't. And so,
but they end it doing something so stupid that you forgot about everything else.
Oh, also, we missed when he catches Muk. Ash says, ashketchum saves the day once again, as if Ash did anything either.
Okay, and the Team Rocket thing. I have an issue with what happens there.
let's hear it.
Okay, Magneton has the move self-destruct.
Yes.
why the hell would they just sink them instead of them all just going boom, and then Team Rocket can fly off again?
Maybe they weren't high enough level. So then we go back to the center. Misty, a 10-year-old child, has to be the one to tell these city official adults
This
that
is
the city
so
is too polluted
preachy, so
and needs to be
preachy.
cleaned up. Joy is inspired, though, to become a better nurse. I give that 2 whole days.
Yeah, before she gets back on the sauce, am I right?
Yeah.
I give that about 2 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Something really interesting about this part here at the center, when they do like a wide shot and all the Pokemon are standing outside the center, there's a couple weird ones. There's a really small Fearow, and then there's also a really tiny Raticate. Like a Raticate the size of a Rattata for some reason. Like it's this little baby Raticate. It's adorable, but should not be there.
It's a deformed one, man. Don't be mean.
Aw, it's just a Grinchy City special.
All the pool.
The
It's
Hamilton
all the
special.
poison. All the but you guys missed a huge fact.
What?
Is it a fun fact?
Overnight, these Pokemon went from dying to they're perfectly fine. They're fine.
Because the electricity came back on. That's all they needed.
Oh yeah. Everything's fine now.
So the gang...
Well, I feel like that's their whole message. They're telling the Grinchy City people, like, come on, you got to step it up and clean up the air and water. They basically make it, like, these 10-year-old kids, they make it sound like the Grinchy City people are just lazy.
Yeah, a 10-year-old kid is... Yeah,
like, that's what leads to pollution, laziness.
I believe. Have you noticed Misty is always so positive until it comes to Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she's like a bigger buzzkill than like Buzz Killington.
There you go, another Family Guy reference.
It was too easy.
Too easy.
Okay, now here is another fact in an episode.
Fun fact number 7.
Ash is a dumbass. There is how many Grimer, how many Magnemite, how many Magneton, and a Muk. And he catches a Muk. It's like, dude, there was like 300 Pokemon. You catch one.
So the Muk smells so bad, though, that he sends it back to Oak, eh?
Yeah, that's the last clip of the episode. The gang's moving on, but we go back to Oak. A Pokeball comes in through his transporter. Oak is like,
I wonder which Pokemon. Me a Muk.
I wonder which Pokemon Ash sent me this time. It's been a while. And he's like, why would you send me a Muk? Like it's like a horrible prank. Very rude.
Why would you send me a Muk? Yuck! You forgot
and
the
that's
yuck.
the episode. And that's the episode.
Yeah, and is Ash back down to 5 Pokemon, or did he exchange for Krabby?
No,
or
I think
what?
he intentionally sent the Muk just because it smelled so bad.
Yeah. As far as we're aware, Krabby's
like,
still with
Fuck
Oak.
Oak. Oak was making fun of me for only having 4 badges. Fuck that guy. He's fucking with my head. Here's the stinkiest fucking Pokeball I've ever touched. Have fun with this one, old man.
Character. That's another character is Gary. You know, I knew a guy.
You knew a Gary
like that. I knew
Wait,
a
did he
guy
have
like
cheerleaders around him all the time?
Oh yeah, he always had the girls around him all the time, and just the arrogance. And I'm like, dude, just punch him.
Guy sounds like an asshole. Is his name Nolan?
No,
Burn.
his name.
Just kidding.
But like, and I slugged him. I just slugged him
like a punchy Pokemon.
Yeah, like I got to a point where that's enough. This is in like grade 4.
I was hoping you would say a young. Like this was last year.
This is like grade 4. I did this. He's just and like, but after I punched him and all that went down, his attitude did like a complete 180. The arrogance left and all this, and I keep saying to Ash when this happens, hit him. You'll feel so much better.
It's not the answer. It's the answer. It's not the answer. Don't wind up in prison.
All right, are we going to move on to the literary hour?
Yeah, I got a literary hour for you.
Let's do it.
I mean, so this episode definitely has this like eco sort of theme to it, right? So anything about pollution, about nature. I chose this one called Walden or Life in the Woods by Henry David Thoreau from 1854, where Henry David Thoreau went and lived in a cabin for 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days in a cabin by Walden Pond. and just wrote down his observations about nature. Really compelling. But it's definitely about a relationship with nature, and I think there's a lot here sort of in the inverse. But you know where there's a lot, not in literature, but kind of more in pop culture stuff. There's a lot of, this is a pretty common theme about where society or corporations or groups of people sort of delved too deep, kind of were too ambitious, and their ambition angers the earth and kind of leads to the downfall. So it reminds me of Moria and Lord of the Rings and the Balrogs, where the dwarves dwelled too deep and found a Balrog of Morgoth, and that they called it Durin's Bane, sort of the downfall of that society. Ambition being our downfall. Also, Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I've brought that up before again, but I think that's a theme here too, about the Industrial Revolution and sort of our humanity's ambition unleashing something it can't control. And then Final Fantasy VII, we've got Shinra Corp. They're the crew that the giant corporation that kind of rules the planet. They're sucking the planet dry with their Mako reactors. That's what Barrett always says. So yeah, they power the planet by kind of sucking the life force out of the planet. So their ambition of the factories causing the downfall. That's my literary hour.
Beautiful.
You missed Halo, man.
Ba 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 ba. Okay, Halo, let's hear it.
What is their names? What
The
are they called?
Covenant?
The evil dude? Yeah, like they literally, they just want to activate the Halo rings just to destroy societies, just to prove.
Oh,
You know,
okay. So
they're-
in the
they're-
war between what is it, the Confederation and the Covenant? Is that what it's called?
UNSC.
UNSC. They unleash the Flood, right? And
Yeah.
the Flood are these like freaky monster folks.
Zombies.
Yeah.
It's the zombies.
What's that level called? The Library in the first Halo game? Oh, damn.
Oh god, I don't remember those.
Okay, anyways.
But there's even one in Halo Wars.
I've never played that. Really? I only played the first one. Long time ago.
I've played them all.
Nice.
But yeah, they just like the Flood is essentially just what it's called, the Flood.
The Flood.
They just
Okay, good one. Good
they
one.
are essentially the undead.
That's actually a perfect one. Yeah, that totally aligns with the trope. Much better than when Nolan brought up Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I heard about that episode. Kellan, you need to watch more movies.
Nah, I'm fine.
He's watched a few movies.
I saw Cocaine Bear the other day.
Oh, really?
I wanna
That's
see
new. Is
that
it good?
It's so good. I loved
Oh,
it.
okay. I want to see it.
It's absurd. Like it's not like
Yeah.
high art.
It's
just
gotta be absurd.
it's blood and gore and it's amazing.
Kellan, I support Full House.
Thank you.
What?
Full House is a good show.
Dude, that shit did not age well. It is trash.
No
Cut
way, it
out.
did age well. It's aged so well.
It's aged
really?
totally fine.
Yeah.
Have you watched it recently?
A few years ago. No, maybe like
No, yeah.
maybe like 8. Maybe like 8. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh
no,
man,
that's-
this is trash.
I've watched it a lot lately.
Wow.
Watch it as an adult. The humor is great.
It's good. It's a good show. It's not
All right.
again, it's not your high art kind of
Shout
television.
us out in
It's
the
campy,
comments if you like Full House.
It's campy, it's cheesy, it's meant to be that. So.
We'll turn this podcast into a Full House podcast.
If you don't like Full House, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
We'll call this podcast To Kill a Full House.
That is just
Oh,
murder.
that's a question my wife actually asked. To Kill a Delibird, is that a reference to To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just
Yes.
it is?
All of our titles are literary puns.
Okay. My wife asked that.
All right, let's rate this episode.
4-4.
Let's get out of here.
Plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. Let's hear
All
it.
right. First category is Officer Jenny Energy.
She
doesn't
doesn't
do
do
shit.
shit.
0.
She is in the episode
3.
though. Yeah, 3.
Donut 0.
3306 divided by 3. 2. 2 out of 10 for Officer Jenny Energy then. And category number 2, the power of friendship.
Aw.
How sweet.
They're just kind of arguing.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of friendship going on.
There kind of is between Pikachu and all the Magnemites
Yeah,
and the
that is
Magnemite
true.
and the Magneton.
That is true.
Bow
Like,
chicka wow wow kind of friendship.
All the Magneton
like
come
the-
together. Yeah.
like the episode is legitimately Army of Stink versus Army of Metal.
Yeah.
That is true. Oh, so there's 2 crews of ride or die homies. But they're
That's
not
2
the
crews, yeah.
heroes.
I'll go 5.
I'll give it a 5.
Okay, you convinced me. 5. Sure, peer
5
pressure.
and
I
2.
give it a 50.
3.5 out of 10. Rough episode.
Rough
Rough
episode.
episode.
It really was. It was
Punchy
a
Pokemon
really just.
definitely punched the crap out of this one.
Yeah.
Boo.
Did it ever? This really was just a brain dead episode that is just like.
I love Gringy
Oh.
City. I want to go live in Gringy City. No, I'm kidding. Not moving to Hamilton.
It's one of those episodes where you if you were at like that edge of the Pokemon, what they were aiming to hit for kids, you're right at that upper edge
You're
for
done.
age. You kind of look at it and you're like, the fuck is this? I'm out. But if you were like a diehard fan, you were all for it.
Well, that's about it for today. We got through both episodes.
Yep. That's the episode. Hubert, thank you a lot for joining us. It was good to have you. Love your fun facts. Love learning more about Ash's hat. And I'm being sincere. I thought that was awesome. So, yeah, I'm Graham. You can find, you can find To Kill a Delibird wherever fun podcasts are downloaded. Please rate, review the episodes if you can. Shout us out in the comments. We're on YouTube on the Skittlewickers YouTube channel. You can also email us at tokilladelibird@gmail.com. Our outro and intro music is 80s Synthwave by Alexi Action. And what are we doing next week, Kellan?
Next week, we're looking at 2 more episodes. It is episode 31, Dig Those Diglett, and episode 32, The Ninja Poke Showdown. We're meeting another gym leader next week.
Oh, sweet. I
looks
love
like.
ninjas.
Again, one of my favorites. Diglett one.
The Diglett.
I love the Diglett one because
Diglett's great.
because anytime I see that, I like the episode, the Diglett dig,
Trio.
And on that note,
Another unoriginal Pokemon, because Diglett just evolves into 3 Diglett.
Diglets are really the Grimer of Magnemites, if you know what I mean. Okay, I gotta remember that line. All right, thanks, folks. Catch you next episode. If you want
Bye.
sweet sentences like that.
Thanks for helping me, guys. Good times, always.